All right. So the fans in the comments wanted me to ask you about you slapping Angryfan. Okay, why did you do it? He said that you started it and you was going to all these platforms making fun of his arm. Why are you out here bullying people?
This is the last time I'm going to answer this motherfucking stupid ass fucking shit.
You know you have to answer it on my platform because you owe me that much, okay? Because we tight like that.
Oh my God, we tight like that. Listen, I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to simplify. I'm going to give you the cliff notes. As far as Angryfan, I respect the man. You know what I'm saying? I respect what he did as far as being a battle rap blogger. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorites and shit like that. It's gotten out of hand on his part where I went live with somebody and then he came on and he just got out of his body and said something to me, you know what I'm saying, in an SMD form, which I was very, surprised about that he would take it that far and say that towards me. And I was like, as to why he did that. So when I got off the program, I called him on the phone. He was like, yo, you talking about my hand and shit? I don't think it was his arm, it's his hand. I was like, yo, you was really like mad about that? Yeah. I said, well, I apologize. All right, you know what I'm saying? It won't happen again and shit. But I was thinking, I sat back and I said, my Scorpio sense said, I seen this a couple of things where I seen a couple of people that said, quote unquote, whether what I was saying was in a joking format, not being, belittling and stuff like that. Disparaging shit about him in art form, like long form. They were saying videos and shit like that. I'm like, yo, this man never got at these people and shit. Why is he picking and choosing? Why is it me? So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I feel a way about that. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to the part where I was just saying, nah, I'm not just going to allow anybody to say some crazy shit like that to me or no and they don't see no repercussions off of that. I said, I'll wait my time. And I waited my time. And then, fortunately for him, he showed his face in a spot where I guess he thought he was cool. And, things happen. And
Whoa, wait. You try to fast forward. I'm not going to let you off that easy, okay? I'm not letting you off that easy. So do you feel like it was partly your ego because he disrespected you publicly to say something on that level of SMD, which is very serious, right? Especially for, the older generation.
And I'm old.
Social security, yes.
I'm old.
But like, because it seemed like you was okay with letting it go, and then you thought about it more, and you was like, "Nah, this is too much."
Yeah. Pretty much that's the story. Like, I was okay, but then again, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Why didn't you call him back and be like, "Nah, you owe me an apology publicly or something"?
I'm not doing it. We ain't got to do all that. Because I know I wasn't going to get that. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I was willing to take it to where I wanted to take it to. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately for him, that, and then...
So you found out he was at the event.
Yo, my man, you the cops? The way you talking to me and shit, like you breaking it down like you Vlad TV. Slow it down.
You know you done fucked up, right? So you bought the bottle of liquor.
PANDA, at this time, we all know what happened. At the end of the day, I'll tell you this. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no running from my part, no hiding, no ducking.
No, we don't know what happened, though, because we don't know how you felt in the car on the way there. Was you like the whole time gripping the steering wheel? I'm gonna catch this motherfucker. I'm gonna get him.
You want me to go all Cuban link on you tonight?
Start choking him. That's how you felt? Like you was on that kind of level or what?
Nah, man. Listen, I'm very headstrong. Pause. When it comes to shit like, I'm very determined on what I'm gonna do. There's kind of like no way to change my mind and stuff like that. And like I felt like I guess that was the only time to catch a brother and shit. And I said, fuck it, I guess now it's the time. So, the drive was a link fee. But it was worth it. At the end of the day, it came out the way it came out. It couldn't have been more funnier than what I seen. Listen, I didn't plan none of that shit afterwards of what the fuck happened because shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. The way they caught him afterwards and stuff had me hollering. If you thought it was bad for my ass.
We don't get into that, but you had everybody take down the video because it's really hard to find the video of you actually hitting him.
Yo, PANDA, man.
Well, what you do? You pay everybody or what?
PANDA, slow it down. What you mean? What are you talking about?
I tried looking for that video. It was hard to
all
find.
These Ricos going around. You trying to get me to... What the fuck is up with you, PANDA, man?
Oh, come on, man.
Come on,
all right. Well, so
I didn't know I was on Vlad TV. You're like, you sure I'm is this Panda Chat News?
Well, what did you say? What do you say to the people that say what you did was a bitch move because you snuck him?
Yo, Panda, how yo, y'all do I have to go all Benzino on you? Huh?
That would be good for the ratings.
Would be good for the ratings. I don't know about this bitch move word you talking about. Who said that shit? Give me the exact
fans.
person.
The fans in the comments, a lot of them were saying that.
You're being Panda, you're being the journalist. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that say I did the same fucking thing. You feel what I'm saying? Stop being the journalist. You're trying to get the journalist answers out of me. You're trying to get me to go psycho.
Like Michael?
Like Michael? Listen, man, till you're in another man's shoes, then you don't know what the fuck going on. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Don't let the internet trick you out your bag or out your freedom. You understand what I'm saying, Panda? Am I giving you some good answers there? Do not let the internet trick you out your freedom or out your bag.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You understand what I'm saying? Until you in my shoes, then you'll understand what the fuck going on and you'll do your due diligence.
So you established that you didn't run. You was outside waiting for him in the rain. You was like getting soaked, right? Pause. And 5-10 minutes pass by. He doesn't come out. And next thing you know, he comes out and 15 minutes of fame is recording him wilding out and stuff like that. And yo, I'm not gonna lie, but Good's video had me dying.
Hilarious.
No, Goods, his reaction though, you saw Goods, right? Talk about it. He was all like, yo, he looked like Usher in the rain and stuff like that. And like, that was crazy, man.
Shout out to my brother Goods, man.
That was crazy.
Yo, nah, man. On a different note, man, it was very unfortunate for both parties because at the end of the day, I don't have no never mind phone. Like, I have no evil thoughts like I want to do something harmful to this man other than what he said. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to say that. You understand, man? You got to take accountability for the shit that you do and say. You feel what I'm saying? So the only thing he'll probably say is like, oh, I thought it was over after you made the phone call. Shit, like, hey, you don't know what a nigga would do, man. You gotta keep your head on the swivel out here, Panda. Because people are looking for you. How about that?
Yo, but they said that because he was drunk or that he has a handicap and, you know, he only had one arm and stuff, that you was being a bully for doing that. That you should have just let it ride.
Number one, I didn't know he was drunk. That's not my fault to know if you drunk or not drunk. Who cares? Number two, the nigga ain't that handicapped. I'd have fought a nigga with my hand behind my back. It'd have been a one-off fight in a what you call it. See? You're going to get caught up too, Panda, because you laughing. These niggas don't, these blogger niggas, they don't like that shit. They got to catch your ass, man. They even knock it off.
Yo, I can't help but laugh because of how entertaining you are. You're so animated, you know what I mean? Angryfan, don't beat me up. I'm just kidding. Just like, no, but for real though, like, how do you feel about how he has responded since then? The stuff that he has said about telling his side in videos.
How would I feel? I've never seen not one of them. I don't care.
You didn't watch any of them? Because I know after you did the one with MREC, he did one with MREC too.
Yeah, I ain't care. And making no never mind. I'm just chilling, laughing and shit. The 15 minutes of fame joint I seen, hollering. It was hilarious. After that, all this shit was comedy to me. I ain't give a fuck about none of this shit. That's what probably eats him up to this day because he know I'm not watching none of that shit. I don't care.
So you guys haven't had one single conversation to try to squash it or anything? You guys don't know anybody or the same people that could squash it for you guys?
No, because it don't matter to me. It don't. I've never got a phone call saying, yo, I want to run it back. I want my what you call it. None of that. Because I
no DMs.
No, I would have. I was like, yo, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I was willing to fight him.
You need to put on those boxing gloves behind you. Put on those boxing gloves behind you and get in the ring. Celebrity boxing.
So look, there's a story behind that.
I'll be the referee.
There's a story behind that. But I was willing to fight him and his man at the same time. I was like, yo, what's Debo up? Well, not at the same time. Let me stop because people are like, yo, this nigga. I'm saying at least back to back. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely willing to do that. There's a couple of people that knew that. I was just waiting for a phone call. I didn't get one. So It is what it is. But this doesn't, I'm telling you, for everybody that's listening and watching it, this doesn't make me no tough guy. This doesn't make me a bully. This doesn't make me anything trying to profess or front as if I'm some fucking larger than life Suge Knight nigga. No. A nigga said SMD to me and shit. I felt the way about that shit. And I said, fuck it. I'm handling my business. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said, you know what I'm saying? Backhand them and shit. Niggas said, oh, niggas wasn't looking on that shit. Waited outside, said, let's go. Niggas didn't come outside. It was raining crazy. And I said, fuck that shit. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.